Here we go, guys. We're back with the second of our 2 store champs. This is the finals from our EX3 post restrictions format. Spoilers, we're not in it. We did our
super
best.
close.
I think
super
I got
close.
5th or 6th. What'd you get?
I think I was 1 place below you.
Okay,
is what I was.
Yeah,
so.
we played try hard, but we also were trying hard to get our decks figured out. But we have a crazy match here. Surprisingly enough, one of these 2 decks has no cards from the new set in it. Possibly both. Is there any? So we got BeelStar.
Yep.
Let's
3 Musketeers.
Go. 3 Musk. Let's go. Came in and just kind of out of nowhere just took games from everybody.
Well, we have our local 3 Musketeers player who has just been super consistent since like the beginning.
BeelStar and Beelzebub.
You know, and like
purple.
just very dedicated, very loyal, and the amount of practice, patience, and like deck theory crafting he has put into all of his builds is incredible, right?
Yeah.
Like he's done nothing but just optimize and test and practice. So
well, I see a lot of camaraderie in the 2 of us, and the fact that like I wait for cyborgs and machines the same way he waits for 7-cost options.
that's exactly what it is.
It's the same thing,
yeah,
right?
Or
he
he's waiting for
this deck.
new Beelzemon, new purple stuff, right?
Yeah.
But let's not leave our other player out. So he's playing Blu Flare.
Blu Flare.
Blu Flare. So
still
that's
great.
one of the decks that I actually brought to the Store Championships as well. And we both had the exact same idea, I believe. We knew that the Cross Heart getting hit with the restriction. We knew the EX3 stuff. Yes, D-Brigade. Yes, Hydramon / Bloomlord are very powerful decks. But let's talk about tried and true decks of the previous set with BT10, just carrying that over, and is actually even better now because its worst matchup was Crossheart, which was faster than it, right?
And now you can't play that.
Now you can't play it. So Blu Flare, that's the exact thought process I had anyways, where it's like, Blu Flare is very strong, very fast, very aggressive.
We can talk about the matchups later on the podcast, but spoilers, I mean, you got paired up in a mirror match against
round 1
against this guy.
I had no tamers in our game 1. And I even went up a tamer, which is hilarious. But no, I'm very excited about this matchup. Let's hit play. Let's get this going. What I'm very excited about this player, this Blu Flare player, right, is he and I have been working on this deck list a little bit, right? He did a really good job. He had obviously all the core pieces, and it was just more with Blu Flare because I know I was stressing about Blu Flare in my deck all night and this morning before the Store Champs. It's about what options do you prefer?
Yeah.
Right? You have so many tech spots. It's more like, what's your meta going to be? How do you take advantage of the situation going on? So.
Okay. I mean, look at the flare too from that Blu Flare player playing that. Is that the memory marker from Evo Box 1?
Yeah, he's totally rocking that.
Yeah.
He's great with that.
All right. So let's see who goes first. So we were both playing during this, so we didn't get to see this.
I know. Unfortunately, we didn't get to watch this. So this is actually going to be live for us.
So we got a Madoki in hand.
I guess he wants to show us
memory
his hand.
denier, which I don't think. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Once again, shop remodel's not done until next week, so we have a little bit of glare. Apologies.
Iceman and Raising. Love that play. Turn 1.
It's so strong. So strong. It's intimidating, especially in purple.
Yeah.
They're trashing cards. He's going to swing with that next round.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully it doesn't have jamming this turn, and hopefully it just gets deleted. And he fills up his trash with those options. He filters all the pieces he needs into his hand. I mean, the 3 Musketeers player, all night he was killing it. He had 3 the BeelStars for cheap. I remember when I walked over one time, he played Nailbone, which is our inside joke. It's our favorite card. Wonderful, wonderful option. So, okay, here we go. Blu Flare, get that Kahira down. Not a bad play. Got that body on the field. What was that? The male Bergermon that played that?
I think so, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what did. All right.
So that's one of those things that it's like, I made sure, right? Because it's Store Championships, right? Read every card in your deck and understand what it does. And I was like, ready. Good move, good move. I was like, ready. I was like, I am going to use my male Bergermon to play Kahira. Didn't happen to me once. The entire night. Crazy luck. But I'm glad it happened here for him. That Deathclaw play was awesome because he doesn't have to worry about the Eismon dying.
Yep.
He was able to delete that male Bergermon, prevent the early chip damage there. Got to be able to draw a bunch of cards.
Got a ton of trash. You got 3 trashes out of it.
Yeah.
And a draw. Yeah.
So with the 3 Musketeers deck, right? Like, obviously it's not like you don't need to be aggressive with it, right? You don't need to just blindly swing Eismon. get a free chip damage, even if like it's not worth the risk. Just take the Death Claw, slow down the aggression of the Blu Flare. I love this play of playing the Psychmon. Absolutely shuts down the deck.
Yep. Madoki's going to draw. Yep. Or Upa's going to draw.
Yep.
That's that newer option.
That plasma Decker launcher.
Yes. Plasma launcher. Is that what it is?
Yeah. That's one of those. I mean, sorry guys, I hate blue removal. I mean, just straight up, I hate blue options.
It's so expensive. Yeah.
But it's a 7 cost. It works in the deck, especially with the tamer that he does play in his deck. Makes a lot of sense, right? And I've even seen some lists where they, try to do like the old Gabumon and they do the blue Gabumon X antibody to then have an extra way to play blue options. But
there's a Sora and Joe.
Love that tamer. Makes so much sense. It's like, okay, you're going to leave that Psychmon on board. I'm going to be at 5 every turn.
Yeah, that's super intimidating, especially this early in the game. Because 5 memory does so much in Blu Flare.
Great response. I mean, all he needs is 1 memory boost. He cracks 1 memory boost, and he can play that Metal Greymon for the full 7 and still be able to rush. But you can see here, he Digivolved on top of it, so he would not give that excess memory with the Eismon.
Yeah, you can tell he's just going super
hard
or
not that
into
was
trash
the right play,
acceleration.
I don't know. That's tough because the Psychmon does stop the Digicross. Excuse me, not the Digicross. Does not stop the Digicross. It stops the reduction.
The memory gain,
The reduction of it, right?
Yeah.
So he could still prevent it from attacking or whatnot. I get that, but
it's a gamble, right? Because then you have to worry about the Sora and Joe gaining memory too. So it's a trade-off.
Yeah. But I mean, yes, Blu Flare is a terrifying deck. Do not get me wrong. But it's one of those decks like, okay, if you give it extra memory, it's not the end of the world. Like, okay, he's gonna play a blazing memory.
Yeah, but now he's gonna swing and strip sources because Sora and Joe it's such a versatile memory tamer. Yeah. See if he remembers to use the Sora and Joe.
I don't think he's been using that. He hasn't been feeling
because
he
could strip the psych
and then gain memory off that. Yeah, he should be using that Sora and Joe. Excuse me, I keep calling it Joe and Sora.
Well, you asked me for one today. I said I don't have a Joe and Sora. I have a Sora and Joe.
Yeah, you did, yes.
Okay, so he didn't use the Sora and Joe.
He did not. So.
But I mean, he's going to swing and die with that either way. Oh, he can't. That's right. He's locked down.
He locked it down. I mean, that's why the strength of the deck is, right? Is that Meadow Gray that he played? Or looks like he might have one too many sources underneath there. I can't tell.
Well, he Digivolved on top for 2 or whatever. He went 5 on 5. Right?
Oh, it's Decker Greymon. That's why he played the Decker draw underneath. Got it. Digivolve. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to see.
Okay, so look, still dies.
That's the problem with blue cards. Have you noticed? Like sometimes they just all look the same.
Yeah.
Especially the Metal Gray stuff.
Yeah, the Greymon line.
Yep. Green had that problem real bad with green hybrids.
So he's going to use the Calling from Darkness. He can't delete that, right? But he can delete his own body. He deleted his own body to do the draw and trash.
Yep.
Even though it has no effect. Because
look at the Eismon. Yep, absolutely. Started filtering his trash, getting set up for potential BeelStar plays.
But I mean, look at that. He's already down to 3 security, and the Blu Flare player has something coming out of security.
Yeah.
Or out of raising. BeelStar. That Sora and Joe is so good against BeelStar too, because they're going to gain 2 extra memory.
Yes.
And it's Armor Purge. So, cool, you're going to Fly Bullet.
The Armor Purge is so versatile in the deck. I ended up going down to 3 of the Decker Grays.
Fine.
He actually went down to 3 Decker Grays as well. Definitely the right move to go down to 3, but the Armor Purge is so nice.
Interesting choice. I mean, it looks like he didn't have any like Kikaitis Breath or the other level 7s.
Yeah, no.
Because that would have been a much better. That would have been a much better move because it's just you're gonna play the BeelStar, but it's only gonna purge 1. Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, it's a tough play there.
7 memory, so much to give Flare.
Well, I mean that's the thing with Three Musketeers, right? It's a slow deck. It controls the pace. It wants to go at its speed. It wants to fill the trash. It needs to see all these cards in trash to be able to control what option it plays, right? Or when Blu Flare is just swinging as fast as it can and just locks everything down, makes it so you can't get deleted to draw and trash, right? You're going to have a tough time with that.
Yeah, it's a rough matchup. There you go. So
there you go.
Sora and Joe this time.
Trash that source, yep.
And BeelStar, I'm pretty sure, can't attack next turn.
I mean, the fact that they made it so you can digicross and stun and do all the things with Blu Flare, insane.
And unsuspend because they have 2 or more bodies.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Fly bullet.
Armor purge or no,
save, just save, yeah.
Yep. The armor purge the turn before.
But he still has 7 memory. Like he just did all that and he didn't use any memory.
Yeah.
So here comes the rush to win, probably, right? Because he didn't. Yep. There you go.
Blu Flare is insane. That's the thing with Crossheart, right? Yeah. Crossheart would just lose if you did not have the Shoutmon with Rush, right, for the inheritable.
Yeah.
Blu Flare, that Metal Gray has Rush.
Yep.
Otherwise, the deck would not be nearly as good as it is.
What a fast round 1. And it just worked out so well in the Blu Flare play.
It did. I mean, now keep in mind, guys,
that BeelStar just feeds into that Sora and Joe, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, I mean, let's keep in mind, guys. I mean, this is the finals of our store championship.
Yeah.
Like, both of these guys, undefeated round-wise, coming into the night, killed it all day. And, you know, sometimes it's just a matter of, like, how quickly you can get going or what pieces you're missing in the case of the BeelStar player right here. Not having those Kikaitis breaths.
I mean, so you played the Blu Flare player.
I did.
I got destroyed by this BeelStar player.
Yeah, BeelStar player, yeah.
Like, he 2-0'd me. His deck is so consistent. It is crazy. And we're going to have the deck list for you guys at the end of this. I have them.
That's what I struggled with when I tried to build 3 Musketeers is I could never get it consistent.
Yeah.
I just always struggled trying to figure out how many of this to play, how many of that to play, you know, but I mean, like we talked about earlier in the video, how just consistent he has been playing this deck and building it, you know, so.
It's a very fine-tuned machine.
I mean, if you can't tell, we're both great fans of both these players on the channel, guys.
For sure.
We love it when they come out to play.
We got the Jamming V coming out right out of the gate. So the BeelStar player chose to go second.
Definitely the right move. Because ideally, right, when you go against Blu Flare, you hope they give you 4 or 5 by either playing the Blazing Memory Boost or playing a Kahira, right? And I still think even if you are going first, you still give them that 5 for the Blazing Memory Boost turn 1. It's such a good turn 1.
Interesting turn 1 for BeelStar playing the Tamer.
Yeah, I mean, but effective memory choke. Look at that. 1 memory to the opponent there. Brilliant. I mean, and now he's going to be at 3. So you know he's going to be able to...
Interesting. Like, not the time you really want to see that, but I mean, it did prevent a check, so that's good.
Prevented a check, absolutely. Yep.
There's the 5. So
yep.
Go to 4. I mean, they're going to 3 either way. So
yeah, so you might as well get
play
4,
the
right?
Like if he draws one.
You get so much value out of that boost that it's hard not to do that, right?
Broken.
Yeah, it is a very strong card.
The fact that it's only a 5
cost, and it's a 5, grab 2, play 1. I mean, what?
Grab 2 cards. Let's go.
You sitting there doing finger guns.
Yeah. Rest go bottom.
No Tamer to play. Interesting. He's also playing that Plasma Decker Drill Launcher.
Okay. All right, BeelStar, you got 4. What are you doing with it?
4, the big 4.
So Dober is like second fiddle to the Eismon, right?
Absolutely. Eismon's obviously the ideal. Dobermon's a great backup.
Interesting that he's going security and not just killing that Vmon.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. Absolutely great point.
Especially I think I would have poked the Vmon, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, he wants the Dober to die, I guess, but...
I think he might have a play whether or not it's to Deathclaw, delete it, return it to hand, play a BeelStar. We don't know what he's got. We haven't seen these games, guys. We don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to get that, trying to match the tempo of Blu Flare. Because Blu Flare, especially any deck that kind of digicrosses, right? Specifically Blu Flare, Crossheart, really once they set the tempo, it is hard to like deviate from that. You play against a Crossheart, you're like, okay, crap, I got to go either faster or just slow them down.
There he is counting the cards. He knows what BeelStar does, so
absolutely.
Smart move to count and keep track. Just interesting that he went security.
Like, I think you're right. I think you should have killed that.
I think I would have killed the Vmon. You know, that's another check right now.
Yep. And it's another draw with the Upa.
He has the baby under it.
Oh, it's the baby Demon.
Yes.
That was an interesting choice I saw. I'm not crazy about that egg choice, but hey, I didn't win tonight.
There's another one.
Okay.
What does he do here? Obviously, I think you swing the jamming, right? You just get the jam out of the way. I mean, I'm partial to that.
I think so now too. I think you swing the jamming. You risk. I mean, I don't want to say risk hitting an option, right? Because if he hits,
you're gonna hit it.
If he hits a kill spell, it's not the end of the world because it's not killing his big body. It's killing the V.
And you just rookie rush and essentially just take this, right? Until he gets something that's gonna.
Yeah.
I think the only thing you don't want to hit is a nail bone, right?
Yeah,
that's kind of the scary part.
The only thing you don't want to hit is a nail bone. Absolutely, maybe
but
that's
even
why.
Nail bone in security, it only plays one body, not two.
Yeah, and the Blue Flare just has that strength to digicross. Be able to stun the board with the Metal Gray. So goes for another memory boost. Again, broken card.
Yeah. Well, and that, I think it's pretty much guaranteed, right? Like if you don't hit with the first one of those, Tamer. What are the odds you're not going to hit with the second one?
It happened to me round 1 tonight. It did, believe it or not. But that's because I ended up Digivolve in the raising area, drew the Tamer, and then played it. And I was like, are you kidding me?
It's just funny, though, because essentially it's only a net cost of 3 to grab 2 bodies and play a 4-cost Tamer.
I mean, I don't think Blue Flare would be nearly as strong without that card.
No.
So.
Was he just keeping track of that security? He's just keeping track of the trash.
I mean, that's the thing, right? With you really have to, with BeelStar, know how much things are going to
you're playing for the win, my guy.
Know what options they can and can't use against you. I mean, it's store champs.
Yep. There's Fly Bullet. Okay, so you're going to use a Fly Bullet to kill the Vmon, but you're not going to swing into it.
I mean, he probably could have, killed it with the Psychmon, but I guess it makes sense not to,
Yeah. Well, I mean, this goes back to what we were talking about earlier. It's I almost feel like memory deniers would be just as good against the boosts, right?
Mm-hmm. I think he runs both, but I'm not 100% sure. I have to see the list.
I think he plays. Yeah, he plays Gazis because he played Gazis against me for sure.
I think those are the 3s that you play in BeelStar, right?
Is all the defense.
The BG2 Gabu, the Psychmon, the Gazimon.
Cracking all the boosts. Here we go. Play for 7. Yep. You don't need. Psychmon's fine. Who cares?
Yeah. That's why, I know we had our original deck profile of the Blue Flare list. I've changed it since, guys. Don't know if we're going to have a deck profile for you, whatever, it's fine. But just being able to use those boosts, just cracking the boosts like that, being able to still be able to play that. It still has rush. You can still stun boards. Very effective, so.
Yeah. What does he do here? I mean, not a lot of threatening stuff coming out.
Goes into the Decker draw. Interesting. Or Decker Gray, excuse me.
Decker Gray, yeah. It gives him 3. Still looking pretty good for the Blue Flare player for sure. There's the Eismon that he wants early on. Stack, not at the Vmon.
Interesting.
That's rough, man.
Yeah. Like I said, I think he's trying to match the Blue Flare's tempo.
Yeah.
And that's not the strength of Three Musketeers, right?
No.
Three Musketeers is about making its own tempo or trying to slow down your opponent like that.
Or go wide with the nail bone and get the Kinkakus and all that stuff going off, right? You scoop? I saw a fist bump.
I mean, he just loves, he loves good plays, right?
No, okay. No, we're still going. Counting. I mean, he could still swing the psych. Okay, so we're doing that. We're going to Kikaitis Breath, return that to hand.
Yep.
With only 2 security left, don't you swing the psych and kill the
Once
Vmon?
again, he was like, good play.
Why didn't he swing the psych over the Vmon and kill it?
I think he's trying to be too hesitant.
But the psych
the Metal Gray, right, does have rush,
still live.
But it's still, I know, but it stops the Metal Gray from, paying, especially with no boost on field. It's not like he's going to rush and kill it, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Because he's going to get one more check, at least, out of that Vmon.
I think that's the biggest, weakness, right? Is again, talking about that tempo. Like if you give in to the fast style of deck where you just let yourself not, make those decisions properly.
Because he wasn't raising this turn.
Yeah.
So the best he could do is like hybrid to gain an extra swing.
Yep.
Even though it's not going to be for game.
It's not. Yeah, absolutely.
I think I would have killed the Vmon for sure.
That's why I really like the Vmon in the Blue Flare deck.
No,
Because
it's
it's
very
an extra threat. Like they have to figure out how to do something with it. Must be playing the Greymon.
Yep.
Reveal the top 4. Grab 2 Blue Flare.
So he is playing the security attack Greymon.
Yeah, he's played it as a 1-of.
I didn't see it at all in these matches so far.
I was torn at a 2 or 1-of. I thought way too hard about it all last night and today. Before Store Champs, I decided to go with 2. I think I liked it as a 2.
Checking that trash again.
Again, it's tough. But
If he had another Schwarmer, I mean, Schwarmer would be great for him.
But then it would kill his own psych.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
It's always a tough call, right? Because yes, you would get the value of being able to delete 3 of your opponent's bodies.
On security. The tamer. That doesn't do much. Death. There's the death.
I really like that play. Wow. That's almost something you never see digivolve. You almost never see BeelStar being digivolved into.
Yeah.
Maybe back in the old days when the deck first came out, you would play Zwart, right? Or maybe Zwart Defeat when people started to realize.
Smart though, because with that Psychmon out, he can't play it.
He can't reduce his own cost as well. Yeah, and I mean, BeelStar. What value does BeelStar really have at this moment? Just on the field, right? Like if it's already on the field, might as well digivolve into it. So very much like that play. Did a lot of work to lead a lot of bodies.
And it leaves that lingering presence of whatever is on your board that's small is dead.
Delete it. That's great. That's a perfect example of being able to slow down your opponent's tempo, being able to dictate the game at your own pace with that Death Axe. Gaussmon to trigger the Decker draw.
That's right.
Draw 3. Then he starts his turn, unsuspends, promotes. Yep. Got the 2 bodies. Okay. Now he's got the 2 bodies. Can he figure out how to rush this turn, or does he have a hybrid in hand?
Per game.
Also, it does matter what happens in security, too.
100%.
Very real threat. With
especially against BeelStar. I mean, there's so many kill spells, right?
Yeah.
Things that kill highest play cost, lowest play cost.
So funny how the deck works whenever you try to play it. The options never appear where you want them to appear.
Well, I mean, it's this game, or essentially the BeelStar player has game next game.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you have 3 attacks, 2 security, 3 attacks, 2 security.
Gabu.
Okay.
Hate senior level 3 there. We were like, please
Upa.
just be a fly
Upa
bullet,
draws,
trump sword, whatever.
Upa draws. And then the Gauss is going to play a level 4 suspended. Yep.
Is that a Decker draw? Yeah, a Decker draw.
Draw 3. Swing. Dober. Not great.
Not great at all. Yeah, I think if he has the hybrid in hand, there
it is. That's game.
That's it.
That's it,
That's
guys.
game 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I think just, man, what a quick couple games. Like
Absolutely.
That was
I think this really shows the dominance of Blue Flare right now in the meta, right?
the versatility of it.
Yep,
Sure.
it has tons of great things. I think if you guys are very serious meta players, be careful about Blue Flare in your meta.
Yeah.
You understand how the deck does what it does. Be careful about the memory gain, and play cost deniers. Always very nice. But very great job to both of these players. Had an outstanding night. First and second, right here. We'd love to see it.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, guys. What a great match. We're done with Store Championships for
done.
2022.
For now. We'll be back.
We'll catch you next year.